Hey everyone, it's Izzy here, and today we are doing a video that I am super excited for, and that is my Game of Thrones Season 8 theories. So I have this list that is a Game of Thrones pool. I haven't filled mine out yet, but we're going to be talking about what I think will happen to each of these characters, and then just some overall theories that I have. And then this does have some bonus questions that do relate with a lot of big fan theories of what I think will happen. And yeah, so let's get into this video. As you can tell, my printer is terrible because it's like out of ink, and I need to get these printed before Sunday, so that's why it's like green. So Jon Snow is like, and obviously spoilers, in the thumbnail it says season 8, in the title of the video it says season 8, so if you have not been caught up, don't watch this. So Jon Snow is who I think will win the Iron Throne. He's gonna win the Iron Throne, or he's gonna die. Yeah, he's my favorite character. I do not think he's the prince who is promised. But okay, with Jon Snow, we'll just go into my big theory. So why I think he's gonna be the one who wins the Iron Throne. So there was this theory I read in the YouTube comments literally like a year ago, and if you know me, you know this theory. And so it has to do with Melisandre and Jon Snow. And the main thing about this is him being the prince who was promised the Azor Ahai or whatever. I don't think he is, but once we get more into the list, I'll tell you who I think that is. But I think that Melisandre has worked with like Stannis, that ultimately was Shireen. She went to Daenerys. I think she's working with all these people to have them basically kill a Gendry, to have them killed so Jon Snow really has no threat to his claim. So Stannis died, okay? She burned Shireen, so Shireen died. Gendry she planned on burning, but he got away. She's working with Daenerys now. Now Daenerys can't be burnt by fire, but there are other ways to kill somebody in Game of Thrones. So I do think Melisandre is just getting rid of all these people so Jon Snow doesn't really have a threat to his claim. Now, is this true? Who knows? But that's my theory. And again, if you know me, you know that theory because I stand by it. I truly believe it. I think Jon Snow will live. I mean, there is a really good chance that he'll die, but I think he'll live, and he obviously won't become a White Walker. Sansa, I see her being alive and will be Wardeness, I think that's how you say it, of the North. Sansa is one of my favorite characters, and I used to have a theory that she would be queen at the end on the Iron Throne because she is based on Elizabeth of York, who is my favorite English queen, and I just thought that'd be really badass to have Sansa on the throne. Arya, I think she'll live. But I did see one theory how on her Instagram she is like last woman standing or something like that, and then Lena Headley, who plays Cersei, commented like the crown emojis. So I'm like, what if Arya is queen in the end and marries Gendry, and Gendry is the king because he's technically he's a bastard, but he could get legitimized or something and becomes king. Bran, I don't really know. I think Bran's gonna die. I think he's the Night King. I do think he's the Night King. So technically, I guess, yes, he becomes a White Walker because the Night King is a White Walker. So I do think Bran's gonna die. Cersei, I think she's gonna die. So a theory here, and it plays into the next character who I'm gonna talk about, Jaime. I think Jaime's gonna kill Cersei because he saw what the Mad King did. He killed the Mad King. So he saw all the terrible things the Mad King did, and now he's seen it in his sister and his lover, that she blew up the Sept of Baelor, burning them all, just like the Mad King. And so he's realizing that Cersei is not a good person, and to save millions, I think he's gonna kill her. But then I see them as kind of a Romeo and Juliet, that maybe he'll feel so guilty because he loves her so much that he kills himself. But then again, I can't really see Jaime killing himself. So going into my Jaime theories, I think Jaime's gonna live. I don't see him dying, but he may. Obviously, all these characters may. Every single character may die, and we only have the Night King left. I'd be really mad if that happened. But Jaime, I think, is the Azor Ahai, the prince who was promised. You can read up on this. I'm not gonna say the whole thing because I don't remember everything. But basically, he has to kill the woman he loves, Cersei. So then he's gonna kill the Night King, in my mind. And I think Jaime is the ultimate hero of the show. I know that's so hard to believe for some people, but I do think Jaime is the hero of Game of Thrones. Tyrion, I see Tyrion living and becoming Hand of the King to Jon, even though he is Hand of the Queen to Daenerys. Daenerys, I see her dying. I don't know if he'll die in childbirth, how a lot of people think. I mean, I kind of think that, but at the same time, I don't know. I think if Jon Snow's the prince who was promised, he'll kill Daenerys. Who knows? But I think it won't be, like, I don't think he'll be intentional, but I don't know how that would be. Yeah, I don't know. I do think Daenerys is gonna die though, and I don't want her to win the throne. I know a lot of people are probably like, oh my gosh, that's not what we stand for. We need Daenerys on the throne. She can't sit on the side. But Daenerys is inspired by Henry VII, who is my favorite monarch in history. And so I think she could marry Jon Snow, who again could be inspired by Elizabeth of York because he is related to the Starks. The Starks are inspired by the Yorks. And the Targaryens, they're the Tudors, I guess. But I could totally see Jon and Daenerys marrying just to unite basically Westeros and Essos kind of. And that would be like House York and House Lancaster, I don't want to say Lannister, when they combined with Henry Tudor marrying Elizabeth of York. So I do think that could happen. Yara, I really don't know if we'll see Yara again, so I'm just gonna say dead. I think Theon, I think he's gonna die. I hate saying that because I like Theon. I know, a rare opinion, I like Theon. I think he's gonna go back and try to save Yara because I think he's gonna feel guilty about when he didn't save her like the first time. I watched that episode last night because I'm rewatching season 7 this week, and so I could be ready on Sunday for season 8. But yeah, I think he's gonna go back and try to get his sister back. Melisandre, I don't see her dying, no. Jorah, I see him dying and becoming a White Walker. I don't know why, I just see it happening. Was his dad a White Walker? If y'all remember, tell me down below in the comments because I don't remember. The Hound, I hope he doesn't die, so we're gonna say no. The Mountain, I think he's gonna die. I think the Hound's gonna kill the Mountain, and if that happens, I will be so happy. I love the Hound, I hate the Mountain, yeah. Sam, I don't see him dying, no. Gilly, I can see her becoming a White Walker because basically the whole White Walker army are her siblings, and that's really confusing. Craster's thing, confusing. And I think her son, I think he'll die and become a White Walker. Varys, again, I don't really see dying, but there is that scene with Varys and Melisandre where they're saying they'll both die on this strange country. Yeah, I don't know. Brienne, I'm gonna break some hearts here. I think she's gonna die and become a White Walker. Davos, I love Davos. I don't know. Let's say he becomes a White Walker. We're gonna go with that. Bronn, I think he'll be alive, but I don't remember where he is. I don't know where he is, but we're gonna say he doesn't die. Podrick, what did you do to those hoes? No, Podrick, I don't know. I really don't. But if I'd say Brienne's gonna become a White Walker, let's say Podrick will become one as well. So Tormund Giantsbane, Tormund, I love you. No, I think he's gonna be alive. Grey Worm, die and become a White Walker. Gendry, one of my favorite Gendry theories are Game of Thrones in general. I think Cersei is Gendry's mom because, and I've read all the books too, just to let y'all know. I'm seeing how long this video is. But okay, so I think Gendry is Cersei's son. If you remember in the first season, Cersei says that she lost her first son with Robert and to a fever. So I don't think that happened. So I think she had the son with Robert, and she said he looked just like Robert and all, and obviously Gendry looks like Robert. I think that she got rid of him, like she disguised herself and went out and gave him to somebody poor, I guess, just left him in Flea Bottom. The disguising part, I don't know if it's mentioned in the show, but in the books she would disguise herself as a poor person to go see Jamie. So I think that's not out of character for her to do that. And then when Ned is asking Gendry if he remembers his mother, he says, I remember her having yellow hair. So I think Cersei would come and visit him in disguise, obviously. So I do think that Gendry is Cersei's son and the heir to the Iron Throne. If we want to go by Baratheon standards. Beric Dondarrion, I'll just say he lives because I don't know. Euron Greyjoy, I'm going to say he dies because why not? So is Daenerys pregnant? I'm going to say yeah, I do think she is. But will she live through childbirth? I don't know. So who kills the Night King? I think Jaime does, and I can't really read. Oh, who holds the Iron Throne at the end? Jon Snow, the King of the North. Or Aegon Targaryen, which I don't get why he's called that, because again, I read the books and I don't understand. But yeah, so that is all my Game of Thrones theories for season 8. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, comment, rate, and subscribe, and tell me down below in the comments who you think will have the Iron Throne in the end, and just what some of your theories are. And just to say, I got 125 subscribers, and that I wanted that many by Easter, and obviously Easter is in like 2 weeks, so thank you guys for getting me to 125. It really means a lot. So bye.